Hey everyone, and welcome back to the FishMarketAcademy, where we teach you how to fish for gains. So in today's video, we'll be exploring Umami, which is a protocol that generates delta neutral yields. So as usual, disclaimer, nothing I say is financial advice, and please do your own due diligence before investing or interacting with any protocols. So Umami is a DeFi yield aggregation platform with an ecosystem of strategy vaults. So these vaults, they generate sustainable risk hedge yield, which means delta neutral yields on assets such as USDC, BTC, and ETH. So all of its DeFi products source yield from reliable on-chain revenue streams and not those inflationary native token emissions type. And they safeguard against market volatility using hedging derivatives from Tracer DAO and GMX, with more products to come in the future, and I'll explain what this means right after this. So Umami's vault are also being built using trustless, non-custodial smart contracts hosted on Arbitrum, which have been audited by Zokyo and insured by Riskcover. So for those who are not very comfortable having no insurance, you can actually buy insurance on Riskcover to hedge your entire position and still generate real yields even after paying the APY on Riskcover. So what's cool about Umami is that they recently released this USDC Vault. So what this vault does is, because right now GLP is really popular, so they are actually going to leverage on that popularity and write on the protocol, the GMX GLP protocol, by allowing people to hedge their GLP APR. So if you go to if you go to Arbitrum, the GMX website, and you buy GLP, you will get an APR of around 20% of it in Ethereum. And this is pretty high. But what if you want to hedge out the risk of holding GLP, because there are a basket of assets which includes BTC and Ethereum, which may be volatile and it's not something that you might want to be exposed to. So Umami actually helps you to hedge it all inside this vault, and they use Tracer DAO to hedge this by shorting BTC and ETH on their perpetuals, and then they continuously rebalance it to maintain delta neutral. And the rewards are automatically sold into USDC so that they are paid in USDC, and you are insured up to 19 million by Riskcover. So the vault also will take a small portion and give value back to Umami holders, which are basically Umami stakers. So this is an infographic on how the protocol actually works, so you can pause and take a look. And they also have a explainer video that I'll put the link down in the description below for you to have a better understanding of how the Umami USDC Vault works. So a bit more details on some of the numbers behind the vault. There's a 0.5% deposit fee for depositing, and this is just a one-time fee. And then they have a 1.5% APR management fee, as well as a 15% APR performance fee on the yield collected. So these numbers are actually pretty reasonable if we compare with traditional finance, where normal hedge funds, they might charge a 2% management fee, 20% performance fee, but over the years that has come down to about 1.5% APR for management fee and then 15% on performance fee. So this is quite aligned with traditional finance metrics. And then the deposit fee, you can just treat it as like an admin fee. So all in all, I think these vault numbers are pretty reasonable. And for example, if we get a 200 million TVL with 20% APY on the yields, right, you can see how much revenue they make. So 200 million TVL, they make a total revenue of about $10 million. And they can split this. So the stakers revenue will be 5.265 million divided by the stake Umami supply. And then you split 50-50 between stakers and Treasury, and 5.21% of Treasury to stakers. So let's go into more explanation of how the Umami stakers actually work. So if you want to stake, you would stake it inside their product called Marinate. It's just the name of their staking product, and it generates real yield driven from yield generating DeFi protocols to long-term stakers in the form of Ethereum. So users can buy Umami on Arbitrum and then deposit it for Umami at any time and as many times throughout the month, but you can only withdraw Umami on the first of each month. So it's kind of like there's a fixed period where you can withdraw. So just to take note that you cannot just deposit and then you just withdraw straight away. It's locked up for all the way to the first of each month. And then the ETH rewards are accumulated daily, and users can claim their rewards as soon as they are made available, but they must be holding the Umami to be eligible to receive them. Additionally, you can also auto-compound your rewards in the compound page of the Umami website. So that basically just takes your Umami rewards and then just auto-compound it. So it automatically uses your Ethereum rewards paid to Umami stakers to buy more Umami and redeposit into the Umami Marinate contract. So you'll basically be getting more Umami. So for those who are interested in interacting with this vault and depositing your USDC in, you need to wait about 4 to 6 weeks before they can lift this whitelisting restriction, unless you already have the CM or compound Marinate Umami since a while back. So if you're not sure, you can go to the Whitelist Checker and check. Yeah, and the rates are pretty reasonable. So Umami right now is about $30 plus minus, and 10 Umami would be about $300, which allows you to put in $10,000 inside, and $10,000 at 20% APR will give you $2,000 back. So minus away some of the fees. So that's pretty decent. So let's look at the tokenomics. There will be a total supply of 1 million Umami, and this is not a allocation pie chart. This is just the current snapshot because they didn't have one, so we made something of our own. So right now, 50% of it is actually inside the Marinate, and the rest of it is mainly in either their Treasury or it's in some deprecated staking contract. So the deprecated staking contract means that it's not going to come out anymore. And that also means it's permanently locked and burnt away. And the remaining is inside the Uniswap V3 with a small percent. And then the rest is unstaked Umami that they're just people holding inside their wallet. So all in all, it seems pretty decent. The amount of non-circulating supply is left with about 23%. Lesser actually. The amount of non-circulating supply is left about 20%. So the amount of inflation that is going to come out is not so much. And additionally, the inflation will mainly be coming from their Treasury. So if they are not going to be using the Treasury, then you're not going to get a lot of inflation as well. So moving on to their Treasury, or at least the component of their Treasury that is earning yield, we can see their Treasury balance has been pretty healthy. So the crypto market cap has dropped 31% since April, but their market cap or their dollar of the Treasury has only dropped about 21%. So their Treasury is actually outperforming the entire crypto market cap, and they are actually generating yield on top of it, although it's been dropping, but the monthly amount is pretty decent as well. In terms of upcoming developments, the Umami team is building their BTC and ETH vaults soon, and that will provide deeper liquidity to the Tracer perpetual, which will enable significant scaling of the USDC vaults once completed. So what this means is right now you can only deposit USDC in, but once their BTC and ETH vaults are out, you can actually deposit BTC and ETH vaults, and they will hedge it with your BTC as the denomination. So if you put in one BTC and you just want one BTC, then this is the vault for you. Or if you are an ETH person and you want to denominate your net worth in ETH, you put in 10 ETH, they're going to make sure that it doesn't drop below 10 ETH. So that's how they will build these different products for different users. Additionally, the TVL of their USDC vaults will slowly rise to allow more capital to enter. So right now, I think they only have about 3-point-something million available, and that's more or less fully used up. So in about 4 to 6 weeks, they might remove the whitelist restrictions and at the same time increase the USDC Vault TVL, and then people can start to participate in it. And what's really cool is that Umami has also completed legal incorporation of 2 separate entities under Umami Labs and Umami DAO. And this is going to be a critical step for institutions like they have hedge funds or whatever that are interested in actually interacting with Umami to know that there is a physical legal counterparty, and that makes them a lot more confident in participating in this protocol. So that could actually create a lot more demand and increase their TVL substantially, which will increase the revenue driven to the Umami stakers. So let's look at the risk. So there are a couple of risks for this whole platform actually. So the smart contract risks on Umami, they have been audited by Zokyo, but even if you have been audited, things can still happen. And there's also smart contract risk on Tracer because that's what they use to hedge your positions. So again, even if it's audited, there can be some risk, but it's mitigated to a certain extent. There can also be smart contract or some potential bank run risk on GMX. Again, it's audited and it's probably not going to happen, but black swans or unexpected stuff can still happen. And additionally, it's on Arbitrum, and that's a layer 2, so there could be some network or smart contract risk on the entire Arbitrum network, although that's more of a black swan, and I wouldn't be too worried about that. There is also market volatility risk for Umami stakers. So if you like the idea of Umami and then you want to buy it and stake it, well, it's a volatile token, so the price can go up, it can also go down. So that's risk for that. But in terms of just using the vaults, then the above 4 will be the more important risk that you need to be comfortable with. And generally, I think they're all audited. So maybe give it a couple of weeks and wait for the TVL to actually increase to maybe a much bigger amount. And that should give you more confidence in participating in it. Because right now, it's been about 1 week. The TVL is only less than 10 million, so it might be a bit small. So if you ask me personally, I feel like all of the risks are okay, and I will put in an amount that I think I'm comfortable losing. So not too big, not too small also. Okay, so in conclusion, Umami is one of the only protocols in the space to provide a delta-neutral yield aggregating service. And with the market being so volatile, Umami gives users the opportunities to earn yield while hedging their positions to protect their original capital, because you never know what's going to happen. We might be in a prolonged recession, and you really want to make sure that your capital is protected so that when we come out of this recession or bear market, you have the capital to actually invest, and then you can reap the benefits in the bull market. So protecting capital is important, and Umami is serving a pretty important need right now. So the team also plans to develop Bitcoin and Ethereum Vault, so you could choose to buy Umami upfront and front run that before this actually rolls out, or you can wait for them to actually because they are going to announce their institutional partnership, and that's going to increase their TVL by a lot. You could choose to buy Umami now to front run that, but all of this is speculation, and I think if you want to play it safe, don't really buy the token, just use the product and just buy the minimum amount needed to participate in the vault if they do have that requirement still. But ultimately, at the end of the day, do your own research and invest with caution. So hope you guys found this video useful, and if you do like it, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye!
Baby fish, do 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 do. Baby fish, do 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 do. Baby fish, do